Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and we're here with another narrated Pokemon battle. So this is going to be a tierless battle. I prefer Smogon rules, but lately in my Twitch streams, people's been asking for tierless battles, and they've been bringing Ubers, so I prefer Smogon, like I said. But we'll try it out, and I really want to try out Sandslash here. Sandslash is a Pokemon not a lot of people use because it's kind of outclassed by... It's outclassed by Excadrill, so most people don't use it. I'm going to make some use out of it here. I'm going to lead off with my Rotom and Volt Switch out on the Blaziken and go into Dragalge. Dragalge is also a Pokemon I've never used before, so I want to get some use out of it. It's more of a bulkier Pokemon, or at least this set is. So my opponent's going to go for a Double Kick. I do notice that this is not a Speed Boost Blaziken, so... That's actually a good thing to take note of because Speed Boost Blaziken is hard to fight, especially if it gets some boost up. I'm going to go ahead and set up Toxic Spikes. And the main reason is my opponent has no poison types. So unless he's got Defog on something, I'm going to be able to keep these spikes up for the remainder of the battle. That's going to help me out. So, my opponent's going to go ahead and Brave Bird the Dragalge. And like I said, this thing is a bulky Pokemon. It takes that beautifully. And I get another layer of Toxic Spike. So, everything that comes in now will be badly poisoned. And that is except that Scizor, because Scizor is a Steel type. Now my opponent goes for a Shadow Sneak, which doesn't do that much. This thing is a very nicely bulky Pokemon. It took that Brave Bird very well. I'm just going to Sludge Wave, and it's not going to do a lot because my Dragalge does not really have that much investment in the special attacking side. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Draco here because I want to get as much damage on this Decidueye. What I need to do for the Sandslash sweep is get rid of Decidueye and hopefully get the Sand up so I can get the Sand Rush. And I really want to get rid of Greninja as well. That thing is a threat to my Sandslash because of Water Shuriken. It's priority and it'll always go first. Plus, I think Greninja might actually outspeed it in the sand. I'm not sure. No, actually, I think Sandslash outspeeds in the sand. But anyway, this thing goes for a Phantom Force. And it doesn't do much to Tyranitar. Tyranitar resists that. And I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. And I knew my opponent would probably switch out here. So I'm going to go ahead and Pursuit. Not let it get out, and we'll take the Decidueye. So that's really nice. We get a nice Pursuit knockout there, and Tyranitar is a really good Pokemon. So now my opponent's going to go into Greninja, and of course Greninja is a huge threat. It's a Pokemon that I need to get rid of before I can bring in Sandslash, because this thing has Water Shuriken. Sandslash does not want to take a Water Shuriken. So we're going to go into Dragalge, and this thing does have the Water Shuriken. And Dragalge doesn't care about Water Shuriken at all. This thing will take that like a champ, and it only hits twice. But I don't know exactly what this Greninja wants to do. Most of them do have like Ice Beam, and that's what I'm going to see if this thing has. Like I said, I don't really have another switch into this. Dragalge is my only switch in on Greninja, so it's very important for me to take this thing out and get rid of it. Of course, it's going to go for a Blizzard, and we actually live the Blizzard. Blizzard does quite a bit, though. I'm going to Draco because I need to get rid of Greninja. This thing is the biggest threat to my Sandslash, and we take it out. So that means Sandslash is looking a whole lot better in this game. So once Sandslash comes in, it's not going to really have much to stop it. And now my opponent's going to bring in the Reshiram. Of course, this is a shiny Reshiram too, and it's going to get poisoned. So that's actually pretty good. Of course, Dragalge. I think it's a good idea to keep it around a little bit longer. So I'm going to go Rotom. Rotom is my specially defensive Pokemon too. It's got the Assault Vest, and it should be able to take anything. And this thing tries to fire off a Hyper Beam, so that's pretty interesting. I guess go for an all-out move. And then it also goes Dark Pulse, so I probably should have noticed earlier, which I didn't really comment on it once it came out, but it has Turbo Blaze, and its ability did not activate, so that I should have noticed that and been like, yeah, that's actually Zoroark. But yeah, it is Zoroark, and I'm just going to Foul Play because at the time I didn't realize that it was Zoroark, and we break the Disguise at least, or it's actually Illusion on this thing. Disguise is what Mimikyu has, but We take the Focus Blast. It barely does anything to us. That's the good thing about Rotom. It's got decent bulk. But now that is gone, and I'm going to bring in Tyranitar to set up the sand one last time, because I'm really wanting to get Sandslash in here. So we get this thing out here, and of course this Reshiram will come in. I don't know exactly what Reshiram wants to do. It's going to be poison, and you're going to see the actual Turbo Blaze activate, so yeah, I should have paid more attention to that. But it's going to actually have Focus Blast as well, and Tyranitar is not going to live a Focus Blast. Not at all. So we're going to lose our poor Tyranitar here, and this thing's going to get buffeted by the Sandstorm, but that doesn't matter because Sandslash is here. Sandslash is ready, and this Sandslash is actually choice banded, so that means anything that it goes for is going to do a ton of damage. So we're just going to go Earthquake because my opponent has nothing that is levitating or flying type. So we're going to go ahead, Earthquake, take out the Reshiram. That's very nice there. So now my opponent brings out the Caesar, and I'm kind of nervous because I think Caesar might be able to live one, but I'm not sure. Of course, I'm pretty sure it doesn't really have much that it can do to my Sandslash, but it actually does not live this, so I don't know if it's like a weird investment, because most of them I see have some sort of investment in defense, but maybe this one was a different set. But that just leaves this Blaziken, of course, and this thing, like I said, does not have speed boost, so there's nothing that it's going to be able to do in the face of the Sandslash. So we got a Sandslash sweep, which is pretty awesome because I love Sandslash. It's actually up there as one of my favorite Pokemon from Kanto. So the fact that we got a nice sweep with this, especially on a team where my opponent brought some legendaries like Reshiram, that's pretty awesome. So, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.